Hey guys, Cole here. Welcome back to another video. Kroz Wall Break here. Fusion calendar is officially out. I'll take you guys through it and just recommend, if you're gonna go for this fusion, to go about doing it successfully and mindfully, because it can slip away the fact that you can miss this champion if you don't complete all the events. Okay, you have some leeway with just not doing some, depending on what kind of resources you have available. But always, guys, remember that these resources that you need are not the only thing. All right, as I've mentioned in my previous videos, I'm going to repeat it again. The 5-star blessing is basically required for bomb champions. Okay, the extra accuracy and extra attack that you get is really crucial. The accuracy especially really crucial. There is no other way to apply your debuffs than having extra accuracy. There's no unresistible bombs just yet, unless I'm missing something. Okay, so it's become a double requirement, having speed, having accuracy, and then having attack for the bombs to work. Okay, you don't need insane attack nowadays, because if they've got stone skin, you still be able to go through their health, but that won't always be the case. Okay, so it all depends on what kind of setups you will be running. Again, that being said, Kroz Wall Breaker did not surprise me at all when I tested him in a video. I posted that yesterday. I don't find this guy a must-have. He looks amazing though with the bomb in his hand. The graphics are always great in this game, and that's what's keeping us playing it, right? And it looks great, looks beautiful, right, as a champion. But I don't feel like I'm gonna miss something if I don't get this champion, and I don't want to be spending the resources that I've been accumulating since the Leo event is done. All right, all these sacred shards have been through Doom Tower and the arena, no, not arena, but the clown boss. So all these resources are slowly being accumulated. I want to go and reach a point where I have 20 sacreds again and be basically okay in the off chance we get something that's really nice, as basically like a guarantee like we had with Leo. So after depleting my account completely, because I had like 20,000 gems, it feels like a good thing to recover and skip a champion. And many players will say the same thing, because even though you might not be in the sense of I'll skip him just because I don't have resources, all right? Because I've seen that comment in my videos where they said, coldbrew, you're just skipping because you don't have the resources. Well, yeah, but also I want to have the resources, right? I don't want to be inclined to spend just because there's a champion and feeling the fear of missing out. Okay, I feel like it's the time for Plarium eventually to introduce some more power creep into the game. So we might even see potentially in 2026 like a mythical champion as a fusion, maybe something for their next year anniversary. Who knows, guys? It's all up in the air basically with how Plarium sees the game and the relics being introduced. You know, that's another power creep. So I feel like resources is our only way to be prepared for that. It's a management system, the game is. Okay, you manage your gear, you manage your glyphs, you manage your resources. That's the way it goes. That's the way you should follow it. So if we have a look here, guys, let me show you. This is the event calendar. Okay, there's 130 fragments overall. If you look at this picture, 130 fragments is not a lot. You need 100. Okay, 20 of those are through tournament leaderboard. So champion training, champion chase. So already you're gonna miss those unless you are a big whale. So you're at 110 if you complete everything else. And what is the least likely ones that you'll complete? Both the summon rush and the champion chase tournament. Okay, summon rush should be doable within the 3.5 to 4.5 thousand range. Okay, so if you manage to do all of these but not the champion chase tournament, okay, so you'll miss 15 fragments here, you'll still be missing 5 fragments. So you'll still need to complete either the full summon rush and a little bit of the champion chase tournament, or a little bit of the summon rush and the full champion chase tournament. Not talking about the leaderboards. And everything else is it's non-negotiable. Okay, that is how fusions work in raid. And it's like I'm repeating the same thing over and over, but I feel like when I see posts from players saying, oh, I've missed the fusion, it's because you just didn't have it cemented in your head that the fusions will be missed if you miss one of the events from the calendar. It's just strict like that. And because we get those follow-ups of the 5-star blessings being provided for the fusions, which make them so much more powerful, it just makes complete sense to go for it. This will not be like they did for Sanguine Maria, right? So for Sanguine Maria, they did a tournament having it as a reward, the 5-star blessing for her. So they won't do this for a champion like this because they know nobody will care. Nobody will give an F about doing it a tournament. He's not as strong as her, Sanguine Maria. But we'll still have this in the sense of, all right, what can I do to pick it up? It's probably going to be some sort of events that are still doable, but you'll still need to spend a good chunk of resources to get the 5-star blessing. And I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. I've done the testing. The Terminator fill is just not there. I don't like the champion enough, and I think it's going to be a skip for me, preparing for the next fusion, which hopefully will be a void champion. Who knows? They did the final like two Christmas for sure. They did void champions again. I covered it in not the last video, but I believe the video before that. I covered that. I covered all the previous fusions for Christmas and how this one was so close that it just didn't make sense for me. Like with CVCs popping through, and in between, I want to be prepared and have an additional good champion into my roster rather than a bomb champion, which I'm not using. Like I do have a bomb champion. I've got War Mother who works very well, and I don't use her. So it's not like I have something and I'm using it a lot, and I don't even use War Mother at the moment, although I could. It's not bad. But I mean, Stock, which was a fusion, is pretty nice. Blizzard, which was a fusion, is pretty good, right? I'm not comparing them, but again, it's a champion that I'll probably miss. It's not going to be a difficult fusion to complete other than summoning, if I'm going to be honest. If I just wanted the champion, if I just wanted the fragments, I can still go about doing it. I want to see the point requirements for the summon rush. If it's going to be something outrageous, maybe I'll completely skip it, but I still have the ability to wait until tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow, Friday, that's where the summon event starts. You can completely see there what kind of point requirements there is without spending any of your resources today. That is the way to go for the future, guys. And gear enhancement is very easy. Like most of these events, when we look at the summon calendar, most of these are basically easy. The point requirements for the fragments is about the energy you need. So if you need 2,700 energy to complete Fire Knight, it's because you need 2,700 points about to get the fragments. For Gear Hunters, you need 4,500 points. That's because you need about 4,500 to 5,000 energy. So that will be Fire Knight plus something else. Champion Training, it's 6,000 points. You don't need all that much, but that would probably be the amount you needed if you just did strictly champion training and not did optimized champion training, which is covered that in videos in the past, but it's optimized ways to do champion training. Then Classic Arena is very easy. Dragon Tournament, again, very easy. Again, the point requirement for all the gear tournaments is basically the same. And then if we have a look at the gear enhancements, the gear enhancements can be very expensive depending on your account. Your account can be very different than mine. Okay, if I give you guys an example to understand, my account, I just don't have that much gear at level 1, so most of my gear is at level 16. So if I need to upgrade gear to 16, I'll have to go through my accessories, which still, even these, a lot of them are at 16, very few of them are at low levels, and I keep them specifically at low levels for situations of gear enhancements, because not only I have to be selective, but like I'll go through new gear, right? Today we had the Hydra rewards. So I'll go through the gear and like I level it to 8, see what kind of rolls I'm looking at, and then say, okay, should I be keeping this? Should I not? Especially when it's very unique gear like Stone Skin and Protection. I basically keep them all until I'm very confident in selling them. Like I have much better alternatives. Like I'll have an accuracy banner. Okay, I'll have to check specifically. So it takes me a long time at this point to go through gear. But gear enhancement can be very easy if you're a brand new player. Like you go through gear, you level it to 4, you level it to 4, then you see, did I get the roll that I wanted? Okay, I'll level it to 8. Do I get the roll that I want? Perfect, I'll keep this piece. If not, you sell it. Okay, like for me, this has no use. But this is like an example of being optimized with these sort of events and going through them to optimize your rewards, trying to always to double dip in terms of points and not skipping any events if you want to get a fusion, guys. It's the reality of raid, and unfortunately it's that's how they've planned these events since forever, right? They haven't changed them much other than increasing the point requirements. That's it, guys, for this video. Kroz is out. You can actually start getting this champion now if you want to. Again, I recommend not going for him, but you can do whatever you want, guys. It's your account. Thank you, guys. I'll see you all in the next video. See ya.